Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Packernet Podcast. I am your host and resident analyst, as always, Ryan Schlip. Check us out online, packernet.com. Find me on Twitter. What is happening? What is going on? What is this? This is weird. I had an epiphany. I'm not doing anything. I'm just hanging out, playing some games. You know, got a little Cyberpunk. Doing my third or fourth run through of that. Great game. And I'm excited to watch the game. And I thought, what if we just did a little watch party? These are usually video watch parties, but we'll do an audio watch party. It's a podcast. If you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to listen to it. But something good is going to happen one way or another. If the Bears come out and it turns out Ben Johnson is a freak and Caleb is a freak and we're doomed because the Bears are going to be elite and all this stuff, that sucks. But it also means the Vikings are going to get curb stomped. And that's funny. So I figure either way, something good is going to happen. Let's do a little watch along. You know what I mean? See how it goes. We've done this for Packer games before. So, little bonus pod for you fine folks. So, game is just about to kick off here. See Caleb's doing an interview. His earrings look beautiful. He's looking fabulous as always. Also just very excited. I mean, listen, honestly, I am curious. I'm nervous. I'm excited. J.J. McCarthy has been an anomaly, you know. The plan, I think, was always to kind of sit him for a year. He ends up getting hurt, so it was a moot point. We saw last year the Vikings take a quarterback that was complete dog crap and make him look amazing. Was that brilliant coaching? Was that just a good combo between Darnold? Was it just kind of a fluke thing with Darnold? Can they do that with McCarthy? What if it's a genius coach and like an elite quarterback? Because all the talk about, you know, Caleb being like Pat Mahomes, I really thought JJ had some of that stuff. Again, I didn't watch the quarterback super closely. No, JJ McCarthy was a Bears fan. I didn't know that. He's from LaGrange Park, Illinois. But, I mean, what if the dude's just a freak and comes out? No, that's the thing. Nobody talks about him. Everybody's talking about everybody else. Nobody cared about JJ McCarthy because everybody was too busy talking about Caleb. And then Jaden took off and dude got hurt. And it's just kind of a weird thing that there's not more hype that a very early first-round pick with a lot of talent is paired with an incredibly gifted coach. And by the way, the reason I call their head coach gifted and not Ben Johnson, at least not yet, is because I've seen him do amazing things with not an amazing team. I have not seen Ben Johnson do that, especially from the head coaching position, which is a different thing, as we've seen numerous times with elite coaches. Remember when the Jets brought in, what's his name, that was just the biggest genius, defensive guru, all that stuff, and a great team guy? It was a disaster. I don't even think he's associated with the NFL right now, and if he is, it's in some hidden role. He's in hiding right now because of how big of a disaster it was with the Jets. But bottom line is, I'm genuinely very curious how this is going to go. It's one of those things where if I was a football fan, I'd be excited in terms of like, ooh, this is exciting. You know, maybe this is the next great thing. As a Packer fan, there's like a weird thing where I kind of have that thought for a second, and then it turns to dread and like, oh crap, that's bad for us. And then it turns to excitement because what if they're dog crap and I get to make fun of them for a really long time? So it's a whole roller coaster of emotions. Well, the game is officially underway. I've seen one play so far. The thing that stands out immediately, the Bears fans showed up. I mean, they are, not surprisingly, they are fired up. I mean, the crowd is freaking loud. Aaron Jones ran one play, got about, well, it was actually 3 yards. Didn't look like it was that much, but they are fired up for their team. I mean, it is exciting from an NFL just standpoint. NFC North, like two new quarterbacks, you know, there's this big fight for NFC North supremacy and everything. Nice little dump off there. Real good play from the tight end to bust through for a few more. The Bears tackling, it's been a little bit soft, I guess, as far as not getting them down on first contact. But quick third down. Bears, if you can get them off on a 3 and out, this crowd is going to lose it. Really loud there. My goodness. Sacked. Oh, they're going to lose it. Well, here come Caleb and the new Ben Johnson Bears. And kind of like I said, it's stupid to make predictions on a show where this is after everybody else has seen it, but I feel like if the reports about Caleb are true and things are really not very good, Ben Johnson is going to try to tailor this to Caleb. And again, that can work for a short period of time, but it might look pretty scary early. But bad players are bad players, so he still has to end up making the plays. The offensive line has still got to block for him. We'll see if they decide to get after him. I would think the Vikings are going to try to get Caleb on the ground as much as possible. Caleb Williams still hasn't learned the mouthpiece goes in his mouth. Again, holds the ball for 400 seconds, does get the ball out for a very short gain, but the whole getting the ball out quick, so far, not a thing. Pretty goofy first down there, but it's still, if I'm a Bears fan, I'm pretty nervous. And Caleb made a really nice move to make a guy miss, had like an entire football field of space to himself. And I mean, that's 2 plays in a row now where he's ended up holding the ball for over 5 seconds and ends up dumping it off. And in this case, the dump off went for a first down. So this has to get better because this isn't going to work forever. You're not going to be able to pull this off for an entire game, much less season. Well, Bears' offensive line is dominating up front right now. The Vikings have done nothing to get pressure on Caleb whatsoever. And just a handful of plays, and they've been able to get pretty far down the field. Well, it's still very chaotic looking. It doesn't look very clean, but it's working up to this point. They showed a replay of Caleb missing a touchdown pass. He didn't see it, ended up dumping it off again. Pretty much all he's done so far is dump off passes. We got third down here. There was a bunch of miscommunications and whatnot. Had to burn a timeout. Again, it's working so far, but so far I'm skeptical if they don't clean this up that the Vikings aren't going to make the necessary adjustments to come back and win this thing. Assuming the Vikings offense is good enough. Got to get first downs and stuff. Big pressure. Vintage Caleb Williams throw as he breaks the pocket. They're going to try to hurry up because I don't know if he actually caught it. I think he did, unless they said he didn't get the 2 hands on it. And that's the kind of stuff he can do. Caleb can make those magical throws. There's never been any doubt about that. It's just kind of a, can you play enough within structure to make this stuff work? The body contortion stuff, he does that really, really well. I mean, he's a strong dude. He's got, real strong arm. And, of course, a rushing touchdown because he can't process the field. But he can take off and run. He's, like I said, he's a less athletic Justin Fields. I know the Bears fans love this stuff. And statistically, that was like a perfect drive. But I just, for me to be afraid of Caleb, that is not exactly what I would need to see. He constantly holds the ball too long. He still has to break the pocket every single time he feels any amount of pressure. He can't stand up, stand in the pocket, step up in the pocket. Everything is still backyard football. So, I mean, again, statistically, you can't do much better than that, and Bears fans will always love a rushing touchdown. It's just they're obsessed with it. But dude has to be able to stand in and just distribute. But we'll see. We'll see how she goes. Bears might end up dominating this one. I'm a little skeptical so far. Big hit on special teams to bring them down. I mean, the crowd is... The Vikings have to quiet this crowd right now because they are going absolutely psycho, and for good reason. I mean, everything you could have ever wanted is happening right now. So you have to get a first down. You got to drive down and get some points here. Another sack on third down, man. Bears are just fired up. And I can't help but be a little bit giddy considering the Vikings and Lions last year. Way too early to know, but if they both start 0-1 after losing almost no games last year, and so far, neither of them, I mean, we'll see if the Vikings can pick it up, but neither of them even looked halfway competent. Just getting their teeth kicked in. We'll see if Caleb can do it again, man. Again, I don't think he's really working within structure, but whatever he's doing is working, so we'll see. Vikings still have to find a way to stop it. Again, he's got good protection, stands there for a long time and throws the check down. I don't know if nobody's getting open or if he's just not seeing stuff. It'd be interesting to go back and look. But again, the Vikings can't get any pressure, so he can just stand there all day and then say, I'll throw it to the check down. It's pretty bad defense right now from the Vikings. When you can't cover and you can't pressure, looks like they're trying to win with 4, and it's just not working. We'll see if they end up having to change that. Caleb, again, evasive in the pocket. They finally get pressure. He breaks out, gets a first down. Again, he's not playing in the structure, but the Vikings can't do anything to stop him. He's making plays out there. He's playing his style of backyard football, and it's working. I don't think this works against really good teams. And we'll see if the Vikings defense can start to look like its normal self and actually whip this, nonsense. But right now, they're just making the Vikings look stupid. Caleb is a magical guy, man. Again, I just... None of it matters until he learns to play like within the structure and all that. I'm going to keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it is wild to see him make those kind of Mahomes-y throws. Not quite like Mahomes did this past week, which was stupid as he's like laying on the ground type stuff. That was a terrible pass from Caleb. Brings up 4th down. But he does some fun stuff for sure. Well, with that punt, the competition between the quarterback and the punter, the rivalry is back. Hey, 2 carries and the Vikings finally get a first down on their 3rd drive. Well done. Just don't ever throw it, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. 4th down, we got the classic aggressiveness, but Caleb Williams missed the throw, and as I said, it's one thing to be aggressive. It's another thing to have the talent to pull it off. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. We'll see if that aggressiveness continues, because that was 3 points. You could have made it 10-3, and now if they score a touchdown, they take the lead here. So, it almost kind of reminds me of arm wrestling a little bit. I don't know if you ever watched that, but you've got guys that are like power guys and guys that are like stamina guys, and the power guys, a lot of times they'll try to slam real early, hit you hard, and overwhelm you to the point where you can't recover, and they use that power to get you all the way down. But if you try to hit hard and you can't quite get it, and you're going up against more of a stamina guy, they're just going to hold you there. And they're going to let you burn yourself out, and then they're going to come back and overtake you. And I feel like that's kind of the position the Vikings are in right now. Again, maybe I'm underestimating the Bears, but I just see the Bears as, they're kind of, I don't want to say emptying the bag, because I can't say for sure what plays they're calling or whatnot, but they're working. I mean, guys are getting open, wide open. They're able to pull off some stuff. Caleb is doing a lot with his legs, a ton of plays with his legs. Every time there's pressure, they leave these massive gaps. We've seen that a million times with Packers defenses, where there's just no pressure. And then when you finally get a pressure, there's a huge gaping hole for him to step up and run through. The issue the Bears are going to have, though, again, this depends on the Vikings offense and their ability to come back, but it does feel more like a team that's playing real NFL football. J.J. McCarthy he's in the pocket, he's distributing, he's making accurate throws on time to guys and all that kind of stuff. And so we kind of got the Bears do the quick slam, and it's kind of now the fun thing to see. Can the Vikings kind of slowly climb this thing back as the Bears kind of burn themselves out trying to do all this stuff? But it's a pretty big drive here. Bears need to get the Vikings off immediately to make up for that mistake. Vikings need to get some kind of points from this turnover. And sure enough, a 3-and-out, so kudos to the Bears defense, man. That was supposed to be kind of the weakness of this group, and they're putting the screws to the Vikings offense. The Vikings offense has not really been able to be very successful here. Starting to dial up some pressure here on Caleb. Number 93, Vikings fans, whoever 93 is should be cut immediately. I've never seen a big defensive tackle get both arms wrapped around a quarterback. Allen is his name. He had him multiple times. He grabbed him by his shoulder, he grabbed him behind, he grabbed his legs, and he let Caleb slip away. You big frickin' dork. That should have been a 20-yard loss, a classic. Caleb held the ball, decided to run backward, and lost all these yardage. Instead, let him get away. Still ended up being a punt. But that's the kind of like week one sloppy bull crap that just drives you nuts. Bears defense with another big stop. Two batted passes. They're pretty suffocating right now. They're dominating up front as far as the offensive line is concerned, and not really giving McCarthy any time to throw. So kudos to the Bears defense so far for sure. Another delay a game. Jeez. And they're just throwing a screen. Bears quick rally to make a tackle. They're fired up, man, and this crowd is still freaking in it. And again, I feel like they're starting to dial in a little bit on stopping the Bears' offense, but if they can't get their own offense going, this game is over. So KOC's gotta figure it out. Another pre-snap false start for the Bears. That was a problem in the offseason for them. 4th false start so far. It's kind of killing them right now. They could be putting this game away, and instead they're kind of burying themselves. Run game really not working very well for the Chicago Bears. They built an offensive line that's probably more equipped to run block than pass block. They're not doing either very well. Not terrible, but if Caleb wasn't able to escape the pressure as he has been, this would kind of be an offensive disaster. Probably would have been 3 or 4 sacks by now and no run game. So Caleb's kind of keeping it alive with his backyard football style of football playing, quarterback play. Well, I will say Ben Johnson's been doing a pretty good job so far. I mean, if the goal is to just get guys open, which it is, create easy throws. I mean, third down, you need 5. You get a guy wide open 5 yards down the field. Nice, easy throw and completion. 4th and 2 decision time just before half. See if they go again. This is 4th and 2. This is an even easier one to pick up here. It's tough because the run game has been so bad. You don't know that you can just easily pick up 2. Nope. They're just going to go with the field goal. I love that. I freaking love it. Mr. Aggressive went for it once and then said, nah, screw it. We got to get out of here with some points. They're going to kick a field goal. Now we just need them to miss it. You got it. Well, that should be about halftime. 10-3 is a pretty uneventful game. I would say relatively sloppy game kind of on both sides. I mean, sloppy maybe isn't the best way to put it. The Bears' offense has been sloppy with Caleb kind of thriving in that environment. The Bears' defense, I think, has been fantastic with the Vikings' offense just not really having what it takes to overcome that, especially as far as the offensive line. But we'll take a break, and we'll come back and cover the second half. Well, this half is not over. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy dropped back. He throws an absolute dot. Again, he hasn't been able to do much. Hasn't had much time. Hasn't had many opportunities to throw, but he's been very accurate when he's actually done it. That was a 20, 30-yard, whatever, handoff. There's still 11 seconds left. I guess they don't have any timeouts, but they're going to elect for a 58-yard field goal as opposed to trying, rather than risk a quick out or something, they're just going to go for it. The other thing that sucks is if you miss, you're leaving a little bit of time, and you're right at, I don't know, whatever. This whole thing is a cluster. He hit it, though. Will Reichert. That's crazy. Fire down one bomb, drill a 60-yard field goal, and just get those 3 points right back that the Bears just went down and got. Well, I can't really decide, honestly, who I'm rooting for here. I want the better team to lose. I can't decide if I've seen enough from the Bears to say, I hope the Vikings win to kind of tamp this down, or if the Bears are just kind of a slop fest and the Vikings are going to improve, and so I want the Bears to kind of sneak in and get this win so they're at least down 1 because they're going to win a bunch of games after. I really don't know. There definitely is not a team here that I'm watching that I'm thinking the Packers would have a hard time with. They're going to have to get a lot better than this to be any kind of a threat to the Green Bay Packers. And I think the Lions beat both of them too, if I'm being completely honest. I guess we'll find out soon enough because the Lions will be playing the Bears next week, which could end up being interesting. We'll see how the second half goes. Well, we're back from halftime, and I can say a couple things. Number one, Caleb's magic is waning a little bit. We've to begin with, they were easy passes, but at least they were accurate. He's had a bunch of bad passes recently. The other thing is the Vikings apparently blitz more than just about anybody else. They're almost never blitzing Caleb, and I just find that weird. The few times I've seen him do it, it's been with a decent amount of success. Yeah, they're even showing here. He was started 10 of 10. He's now 3 of 7, so I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, Caleb, another bad pass. And it seems like it's the same thing every time. Caleb gets into his drop, he goes through his progressions and goes up, check down. Goes through his progressions, check down. Goes through his progressions, check down. And again, either nobody is ever open or he is just not seeing the field and is constantly trying to hit his check down. And the difference is before he was hitting the check down, they were open, they were good passes, and they were getting yards. And I see Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's on the sideline shaking his head like swearing right now, taking a deep breath. He's upset. And Caleb just burned it at a guy's feet who was not looking. This has been a disaster. A quick 3 and out with 3 really bad passes. He is not seeing guys open. And I think this is a change for the Vikings, if I'm being honest, because the Vikings are no longer just leaving these checkdowns anymore. And so if he can get the ball there, they're getting tackled. And he's also just not getting the ball there. And so this is exactly what I was talking about. This is where you can start off really, really hot because there's, we're going to set up these certain plays and we're going to work really hard on them, and they practiced them a ton. Now the Vikings have got a bunch of tape. Not tape, but they've kind of got a half to analyze what it is you're doing. And the Bears don't have a lot more that they can do other than this basic stuff. And even when they're drawing up plays, Caleb's not seeing it. And so the game plan is essentially drop back, check down, drop back, check down, drop back, check down. And the Vikings defensive coordinator is not an idiot. And so he's like, okay, well then this is how we're going to change up our game plan. So the Bears are going to have to counter. They're going to have to do something else. And the fundamental question that I've been asking since day one is does Caleb have the ability to be better than just what he's able to do. Like, can Ben Johnson open up the playbook with this guy or not? And again, another tipped ball. Bears defensive line just dominating up front. Might have been hands to the face. Vikings are going to get a break here because this has just been great play by the Bears defensive line. I think that's just a bad call, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's a stupid penalty anyways, but even still, I think it's a bad call. But with a really nice return and that penalty, Vikings are getting real good position here. Aaron Jones having no success running the ball. The other guys had more success. It doesn't seem like Aaron Jones doing anything wrong. It's just the other guy has space, and when Aaron Jones is out there, there's nothing. Brings up a quick 3rd and 8. Vikings offense has done nothing on this drive, and they're basically in field goal range. Terrible decision, terrible throw by J.J. McCarthy, and that's a pick 6. Well, you love to see that as a Packer fan, I'll tell you right now. Regardless of who you're rooting for, these quarterbacks need to be terrible, and J.J. McCarthy, they brought the house, and so you're thinking somebody's open. There's not a lot of DBs. They brought like 7 guys, maybe 8. So there's 3 or 4 guys in coverage, and somehow you still didn't see one of the few guys in coverage. He easily jumps the route and returns it to the house, and you were in field goal range. That was points. That would have brought you within 1 point. So we got 2 coaches right now that are just like, this is bull crap. What am I working with here? So overall, I guess I'm pretty happy. Again, I obviously don't want the Bears to win, but I don't want the Vikings to win. So the best case scenario is that both of these quarterbacks look bad, and I think we're there. Sack again. Boy, oh boy. This Vikings offensive line is just getting it is every drop back. This dude is just getting assaulted. Left tackle Christian Darrisaw still not able to play, and whoo-wee, just getting embarrassed. Putting him in a 3rd and long again. I'm sure they're going to tee off with another blitz here. See if we get another pick 6. That went down to 0 as a delay of game, I bet. Just a disaster. They just run a draw play and it loses yards. The Vikings are just cooked right now, man. This is just an embarrassment. This feels good, I'm not going to lie. Again, I'm obviously not rooting for the Bears, but I mean, if this is all the Vikings have to offer, and again, you can expect things to get better, but the quarterback, I don't know. The offensive line, I mean, this is bad. So pending any kind of a massive improvement by the Lions, the Bears, the Vikings, the Packers are going to just steamroll this division. I mean, this is a joke. Well, it's like I said, I mean, this has been more than within reach. I mean, I kind of more or less called it with the Bears offense really starting to stall out. But like I said, the other team, the Vikings, have to be able to capitalize. They're going to have to be able to do something to win. They've had more than enough opportunities. The Vikings defense has started getting the Bears off their spot. The Bears offense has looked terrible. But it's one of those things where it's like, all they got to do is one of these drives go down and score, and you kind of just put this thing away. At the end of the day, the story of the day is Bears defense dominates Vikings offense, and that was kind of the start and finish of this game. And there it is. There's the big shot to DJ Moore. And if you're a Vikings fan, you're sitting here just saying, please let them continue to suck the rest of the game. You know that's not going to happen. He's going to complete a pass at some point, and this is just a big shot. DJ Moore just completely cooks whoever number 7 is for the Vikings. I mean, that's embarrassing. Yep. Another 3rd down. I mean, they finally get some protection. Throws a perfect pass to Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen drops the ball. Actually, it got ripped out. Another good play by the defense. Just crazy. And at this point, I mean, it's not even it's 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd. You can just feel the energy sapped out of the Vikings. I mean, they just ran for 10 yards, and the contact was at about 1 yard, 2 yards, but they just pushed the pile. I mean, the Vikings just feel like they have nothing left. Completely demoralized. Feels good. Gonna have the Bears to contend with as far as them riding high and feeling good, and another little check down from Caleb. It goes for 10, but it's like, looks down the field, check down. Stats are going to look fantastic for Caleb, so it's not even going to be worth my time to go online and try to argue with people about how he looked. I'm going to have Packer fans fight me on that one, so I won't even bother. It'll just have to play itself out over the season. Once again, they get pressure, can't get to him. He runs for probably 15 for a 1st down. The Vikings just got no answer for anything. Even when they're finally successful, there's just nothing going on here. It'd be fun watching them try to do that with Parsons. I wonder who wins in a foot race. When you're getting truck sticked by DeAndre Swift, I think your night is over. finally decide to throw it. Caleb has 45 minutes to throw the ball. Check down. This guy, I swear. Caleb finally finds somebody open, says, ooh, I don't have to throw a check down. This is great. And throws a frickin' rocket. Just sails right over a guy's head. And the reason I'm so happy about these things, because you can easily look at it, and there's another one he's going to escape for 400 yards, I guarantee it. Oh, he tripped, and then he threw it! What an idiot. This guy is so stupid. Caleb is so stupid. I'm sorry. The point is, like, when you're talking playoff games, whether it's just a playoff caliber team or actual playoff game, this crap is never going to work. You have to be sharp. You have to be on it. You have to be reading the field. I mean, you got to be, like, perfect. I mean, what is Caleb even doing? The guy is falling to the ground and just launches it. Doesn't get anywhere near the sideline. I don't know what he's doing. It's intentional grounding. I mean, I don't want to be too mean. I know people get sensitive about the intelligence thing, but let's just say for football intelligence, as far as quarterbacks go, it's about as bad as I've ever seen. He is shockingly talented as far as his arm talent and his ability to contort his body and do crazy stuff. But this dude cannot read a field to save his life. His accuracy is so shockingly inconsistent. Sometimes it's on the money, like that pass right there. And then other times it's just completely out of... I mean, it's just... I mean, again, it's enough to beat up on this team, especially when your defense keeps the Vikings to 6 points and gives you a 7-point... I mean, the Bears have scored 10 points. This is not exactly a dominant performance by their offense. So this is the biggest thing for me with Caleb is this going to be improved? Everyone's going to be talking about Caleb looks so much better. He looks so much more confident. He looks that's going to be the narrative, and that's fine. Let him run with it. Let him play with it. They've all been saying it. They want it to be true so bad. So they're going to go out and point to all the stats, and they're going to say he was great. From my perspective, this is a terrible performance. He cannot read the field. He is not driving the ball down the field, aside from a couple plays. Yes, he did do it a couple times. The point is that's not enough. That's not good enough to beat the best of the best. It's not good enough to get you to and through the playoffs. It's certainly not good enough to get you to the Super Bowl and to win a Super Bowl. It's just not. If this guy doesn't massively improve, this team will never do anything in the postseason. If they ever even get to the postseason, which is questionable. They're going to need dominant elite defensive performances and enough genius from Ben Johnson to make this chaos work, because this is dog crap. Both teams to me look like dog crap. The only thing that seems really impressive right now is the Bears defense. And it's not just the Vikings offensive line looking bad. That might be part of it. But they're also flying around. They're making plays. That Adam Thielen drop, he got his hand in there and ripped it out. The terrible challenge was still a nice punch of getting the ball out, even though it didn't end up counting for anything. Santos with a missed 50-yard kick. So, I mean, it's not over. I mean, it's over in terms of, like, the Vikings are completely demoralized here. But if they can just pull it together, this Bears offense is completely incompetent. Go score a touchdown and you're in the frickin' game. But you have to block for your quarterback. That's the bottom line. This offensive line has to block. That's the whole story here. They can't run because the offensive line can't block. They can't pass because the offensive line can't block. He's saying can. Usually that means it's going to be a run that goes nowhere. It was a run, but it actually went somewhere this time. Every time he does that, it's a check to a run, and it usually doesn't do anything. But that was a nice 8-yard run. And a big run for the Vikings. See if you get a little bit of energy going here. Mason seems to be their guy. Aaron Jones not able to get much going. Mason's a pretty strong runner. Let's see if they just keep running the ball because, there's your play action. Oh, big play to Jefferson. And again, a really accurate ball. I mean, every pass he threw a pick six, but that's because the ball got jumped, not because the receiver wasn't there. That was just not reading the defense, which is a whole other problem. But in terms of accuracy, I mean, he has been very pinpoint. Small sample size. He's barely thrown the ball, but they got that going for him. And I cannot believe Justin Jefferson wears those bracelets. Oh, or those the necklaces or whatever. Dude puts more money than I'll make in my lifetime around his neck during a football game. You not worried that's going to break or anything? Another batted ball. That has to be a quarterback issue. I mean, I'm not there's got to be some kind of an art to this because this many batted balls is very unusual. And these are obviously somewhat untrained quarterbacks. What a frickin' dart to Jefferson for a touchdown, and the Vikings are back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Probably going to go for 2 here to put it within 3. Man, J.J. McCarthy, I mean, you're throwing into traffic. Beautiful anticipation, great accuracy. I mean, everybody would call me an idiot and probably will, but I don't care. I think McCarthy has been a much better quarterback in this contest. With what he's had to work with, and just as I say that, he's going to get sacked for 400 yards here. Oh, nope, pick. I don't know, well, so whatever. It's 2-point conversion. See what the flag is. Probably holding. He's not as athletic as Caleb. That was ugly. Defense! Oh, snap! They're going to run it now? I think that was another kind of bad call. I don't like that. I don't like that you're grabbing the top of their jersey, and because your hand is kind of in their neck and their head goes back, I mean, it's not actually to the face. How can you call it hands to the face if his hand isn't physically on his face? I don't like that call either. I think that's the second time the Bears have kind of got screwed on calls here. And that's a huge call if they're able to bring it within 3 here. Another play action call. Bears saved it. Good defensive play again. They're flying around, boys. Well, it's a game, man. And there's the sack of Williams. They finally got him. Once again, he's in the pocket, sees somebody, says, nah, never mind, I don't want to throw it. And then he just gets smoked. That dude has got to let the ball go. Followed by another loss on a run play. Boy, the Vikings playing pretty fired up. It's a big third down here, ladies and gentlemen. That is kind of a funny running joke. How many times do you say this is a big third down in a football game? It's got to be like a dozen. Big third down here, boys. Tried to make a quick throw. Bad throw, and the Bears fans are booing. It didn't take long. Bears fans went from like going crazy 13 seconds ago. Did he get a hand on it? He did. He got a hand on it. Like 3 minutes ago, Bears fans were losing their mind. This game was over. Now they got the boo birds out. Good punt returner. He's been good today. He's up to the 40, the 45, gets it out to the 50, just past the 50. So they're going to start inside Bears territory here. This is the other reason why I kind of... Again, I thought the game was over at one point, but the reason I kind of was wanting to be patient is because this is just what the Vikings tend to do. They're a well-coached team, and teams that are well-coached and that are just kind of good teams, they never really out. They just keep coming. They just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And it's hard to keep them down. It just is. And the Bears defense has been phenomenal keeping them down, but it's very hard to do to keep these teams from coming back. And they've been that way for a while. You remember it wasn't that long ago, they had the biggest comeback in NFL history, I think, against the Colts. So you play a Minnesota Vikings team, you better bury them and you better keep your foot on their neck and just keep going. And again, this is where having Caleb Williams at quarterback, there's only so many times you can pull off these magic tricks. There's only so many times as you're running to your right, you're going to see a guy come open and do the crazy, perfect, pinpoint, ridiculous throw. There's only so many times you're going to be able to escape the pocket and run for a first down. Eventually, if you just don't throw within the structure of the offense and you try to just make your own thing work, it's not going to work. I mean, even Rodgers struggled to pull that off, and he's freaking Aaron Rodgers. The guy's extremely intelligent. You are not Aaron Rodgers. You saying, screw the offense, I'm going to do my own thing, and your own thing is throwing checkdowns and running 15 yards for first downs? Best of luck, bro. Aaron Jones with his first big run. Attaboy, big dog. They're coming. Dun 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 dun. It's a good game. 2nd and 1. Oh man, dude threw a rocket. Went through the hands of Jefferson. I'm kind of surprised. It's not one he usually would drop. And Bears defender is down. Yeah, hit him right in the hands. He just went right through. I will say, McCarthy put some zip on his passes, so maybe JJ's got to kind of get used to that. Not quite as much touch as he's used to. But, I mean, it was a good ball. 3rd and 1, I have to assume they go for this twice, which would be a good spot for a play action here, which they're going to do. Don't get sacked. Yep, just kind of threw that one away. There is a flag, though. Oh, pass interference, boys and girls. Yeah, you probably can't push him down to the ground, so... I mean, you could argue he slipped. Bears are getting so screwed on penalties right now. It's really not funny. I mean, these are all pretty consequential. I mean, they did stop him on the 2 points, so it didn't end up mattering, but these are in clutch situations. Frickin' dot to Aaron Jones for a touchdown. I'm telling you, man, McCarthy is a better quarterback than Caleb. He just is. I mean, these passes are frickin' pinpoint. He threaded that right between the two defenders so that Aaron Jones could sit down right between them. You can go argue with the frickin' wall. J.J. McCarthy's a better quarterback. Just is what it is. They're going for 2 again. I don't like that. They're just getting kind of stuck in this freaking disaster. But he got him. There it is. Thielen for 2. They're up 3 now. All the momentum is in the Vikings' favor with 9.5 left. Boy, oh boy. And McCarthy is just lighting it up. Yeah, I think we're right back to where we were. The Vikings are, a team you got to kind of watch out for because they've got enough pieces and they're very well coached, and the Bears are the freaking Bears. It just is what it is. You can try to pretend that Ben Johnson thing is going to mean something, but what has he been able to do with this freaking offense? Nothing. I bet if you look down the field, you're seeing some beautiful offensive play calling. But what did I freaking say? It doesn't matter if the quarterback can't execute it. I told you that. Why don't you guys listen to me ever? You don't listen. It's a big connection from Caleb. One of his better plays of the night. He actually stayed in the pocket, stepped up in the pocket, found somebody. He's wide open, but, he still was able to find him. Congrats. And again, he's going to do his stupid scramble bullcrap. Dummy steps out of bounds and then throws it. Dog, you're out of bounds. You can't do that. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Bears fans are not going to understand this for whatever reason. They can't see anything other than my quarterback is amazing. But if I was a Bears fan, I would think we might be in trouble here. I mean, you guys know I would. I was critical of Jordan Love, and he's 10 times better than this. Big third down, if you will. Got the ball out quick. What the heck was that throw? What a piece of crap he is. What was that throw? And then he tries to flop like he got a penalty. What a... Well, here comes a punter. Big competition, folks. Somebody check the punt yards. I think it's the 5th punt of the night. Oh, that got blocked! Eric Wilson, the special teamer extraordinaire that we got rid of. I mean, we got Neiman. He's a beast, but... And immediately a giant run, and just like that, they're once again in Bears territory. 20-yard rush. Now the Bears look like they're cooked. Now they're the ones giving up. The offense, the crowd is out of it. The offense hasn't been able to do jack squat since halftime, maybe even a little bit before halftime. Now the defense is starting to get gassed, because, that's what happens after a while. Like, dog, how many times do you want me to hold these guys, McCarthy, just a freaking... laser, man. Again, the passes are just accurate, and that's huge. Again, and this is what I've been saying about the Caleb Williams discussion. Everybody is obsessed with, look at how amazing his great throws are. Look at how great. You're an idiot if you don't see how amazing and how elite. That's not the point. That's not what makes you a good quarterback. And again, I don't know how these guys' careers are going to go. Things can change. I will take a guy that can read a defense and throw accurately, like JJ, that doesn't have the athleticism or the crazy arm talent that Caleb has, any day of the week over a guy like Caleb that twice a game makes highlight throws, but otherwise is a complete pile of garbage. And I don't know why nobody can learn that lesson. They didn't learn it after Justin Fields somehow. Look at the highlights. Look at the highlights. Look at him college. Look at the highlights. Look at the college. Dog, I don't care. Look how athletic. He's so fast. Look at the rushing touchdowns. Look at it. I don't care. I don't care. Consistency. Football is so freaking hard to just be consistently good all the time. If you're going to win in the postseason and the playoffs, that's what it takes. The Patriots were fantastic at it. We see the Chiefs where they consistently win because they're consistent. They're consistent through the regular season, the postseason. They're consistent through the first, second, third, and fourth quarter. They just keep coming. They just keep performing. Minimize penalties. Don't miss the throws. Every little mistake it's which team can make the least amount of mistakes, not which team can make the most amount of highlight throws. If you make 15 mistakes but 4 highlight throws, compared to a team that made 4 mistakes but 0 highlight throws, guess who won the game? The 0 mistake team, or 4 mistake team, or whatever the thing was that I said. Throw it to him. He's open. Perfect throw to Aaron Jones. Wide open. Another first down. McCarthy is just carving right now. 3rd and 1. Big third down. It's actually not a huge... it is, but... Oh, JJ's going to keep. He's going to keep, and he's going to get a touchdown. Oh, just taking the one thing that the Bears had on them and just shoving it right down their throat. Screw you. How about this rushing touchdown? How about that? It is now 26-17. The extra point's going to make this a 10-point game with under 3 minutes to go. With the way the Bears offense is playing, this is essentially out of reach unless Ben Johnson can actually figure out how to make this offense do something. Big, giant shot down the field there to Kmet. Great play by Kmet. Ball was supremely overthrown. Got a wide open guy, and Caleb just misses him. That's a walk-in touchdown for Moore. Caleb overthrew Kmet, and it was a heroic one-handed catch. And now he had DJ Moore wide open. Again, Ben Johnson calling a great game doesn't matter. This is a walk-in touchdown. This isn't the first time. There's probably multiple times. He even threw his hand up, and Caleb just launched. And by the way, DJ Moore hates Caleb. I'm positive. He couldn't stand him last year. Whatever. We'll see. Well, I mean, he's probably going to have more opportunities with wide open guys. The Vikings are like, screw this. Looks like they're going to bring some pressure. It's not getting home. He's got time. He's going to throw the check down, and he misses him by a mile. He throws it way over the head of the check down. This dude sucks. And he just launches it over another guy's head. There's a penalty here, but this is just a joke. Caleb's changing the play. Here we go. Big brains calling his shot. Oh, everybody's dead. He just got DJ Moore killed. DJ Moore is hurt. Caleb is not getting up. Everybody's dead. Well, they can maybe penalize themselves down the field here as a hit to Caleb's head gives him 15 and a first down. DJ Moore, I don't know what his status is. Hopefully he's all right. Caleb's throwing a handful of suicide balls today, too. So Bears are still alive here. There's a little over 2 minutes. There's not much hope. They need 2 scores. Oh, man, DJ Moore's still on the ground. I didn't even realize that. Caleb has put his guys in harm's way numerous times today. Let me tell you something that I know. At the end of this game, those same players that said they wanted Tyson Bagent as their quarterback are going to go right back to the same people and say, we want Tyson Bagent as our quarterback. DJ Moore did not want Justin Fields to go. He had one of his best years ever with Justin Fields. He was upset with the fact that they got Caleb. Caleb comes in, he's terrible. DJ Moore has maybe his worst year. He has a terrible attitude. He's furious. He doesn't want to be there. I guarantee he's one of the guys that said, I want Bagent. Now he comes out this time. He gets a freaking suicide ball that could end his entire career with these stupid passes. I mean, this is not a minor thing right now. There's a flag. Caleb, of course, took off and ran for a touchdown. It's just Justin Fields all over again. This is all he can do. We'll see what the flag is. Yeah, touchdown, penalty on the defense. I have no respect for Caleb Williams whatsoever. Yeah, he's out of bounds. It's not a touchdown anyway, but still. Well, the Bears should score a touchdown here. They're at about the half-yard line. Ben Johnson is furious about something. I'm not sure what it is. He's over there just swearing in his headset. I'm guessing he just wanted that to be a touchdown. Yep, Ben Johnson, man, got a guy wide open. That was a good play call. Odunze wide open. So that's, with the extra points, you bring it within 3, just before the 2-minute warning. It's going to be up to the Vikings to close this thing out. I don't know if the Bears have any timeouts. And another good return by the Vikings. Bring it out past the 2-minute warning, so they're not going to get the extra stoppage there. Puts the Bears in a really tough spot defensively. Bears are 3-15 versus the NFC North, which is the worst record in the NFL. I don't know what the time period is on that, but it is hilarious. The Bears fans wanted to talk trash about the Packers' division record. Well, this is going to be a pretty tough one here. I'm guessing they're just going to run it again on 3rd and 7. I don't think you risk throwing it, and it's a tough one to actually make it. So you figure you burn this down to about a minute, you run another play, you burn it down to, 20 seconds or something, and then you punt it. They have no timeouts. Should be okay. I would think you need to bring some pressure to make sure dude doesn't have all day to sit and throw, although does it really matter? Yep, and they get a stop. They're going to bring that down to... It's going to be even under 20 seconds here. 16 seconds or so, take a timeout, punt it. Bears will have the ball with 10 seconds left. The way the Bears manage the clock, I mean, that's definitely no more than one play. 9 seconds, no timeouts. Best of luck. See if they can get the Hail Mary to work in their favor this time. Ben Johnson just looks like I hate my life right now. The clock hit 0. It should have been delay a game. They do a snap. It hits their wide receiver who's in motion. Fortunately, the worst thing that happened was it was a 5-yard penalty. You guys suck so bad. Oh, yeah, the Lions are going to frickin' destroy you. 5 seconds. He's got to launch it from the 10-yard line to a frickin' touchdown here. Oh, they're just going to lob it over the middle. Little lateral. Well done. He's going down. Yep, that was cute. And the Bears fans are out there booing. What an absolute joke of a team that is. And again, like I said, you empty the bag on the Vikings. It works in the beginning. Eventually, they get wise, they make adjustments, they come back, and they beat you. I called this whole game script from the kickoff. And now you go into week 2 and you have less to offer. What is your game script now? Now what do you... And Ben Johnson knows this. He knows that there's nothing here and there's nothing he can do with this. He knows that. He's known that since he got there, and he is just panicked because he doesn't know what to do now. What am I supposed to do with this guy? How do I build an offense around this? And he's going to get stuck doing what every other offensive coordinator has done. He has to simplify his offense to cater to Caleb, which he kind of did anyways, if you notice all the checkdowns in this. Then I'm sure Bears fans are going to come out immediately, and what are they going to say? Oh, this offense, this what happened to this dynamic offense? All I see are checkdowns. Yes, that's your quarterback. Number one, those are his decisions, and number two, that's all he's capable of doing. So yeah, this is what you get for the rest of the year, this dumbed-down, stupid offense and a bunch of losses. And that's it, and that's what's going to happen. You will be fourth in the division, watching everybody else play, crying about how everybody has failed your precious quarterback, and it's just the same bullcrap every year. The only difference is, I don't know how many excuses there are going to be after this game. That offensive line, in the beginning, it looked a little rough, but that dude stood in the pocket and threw terrible balls all day. I don't know how you pretend that that's somebody else's fault. You can try to blame Ben Johnson if you want. It ain't going to fly, man. I mean, that was such an appalling performance. I don't know how you can actually have any integrity and pretend that that wasn't entirely Caleb Williams that just sank that team. Best of luck. You all have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.